We begin with a look at California Governor Gavin Newsom's press conference, where he talked about wildfire response and preparedness throughout the state. KSBY's Neil Hebert has the highlights.
Fire season in full swing. I'm Neil Hebert, your community reporter in San Luis Obispo. This year, the state of California has already seen over 207,000 acres burned, which is a disproportionately higher number than we've seen in recent years at this point of the year. Governor Gavin Newsom and state officials spoke Wednesday on the state's wildfire response and plan going forward.
We are not just in a fire season, but we are in a fire year.
There's no longer a fire season for CAL FIRE Director and Fire Chief Joe Tyler. It's year-round. But why has 2024 been a year for a high number of wildfire acres burned, even though we currently sit below the 5-year average of overall fires started by the middle of July?
Those late rains in particular, a lot of grasses turning into brush fires. So these tend to burn out but move pretty quickly.
We should be so grateful because of the technology and the resources that we have, that though the acres are big, the fatalities at this point are zero. The structures damaged or destroyed are low.
During the conference, Newsom boasted about the nearly 45% increase in CAL FIRE personnel since the beginning of his tenure as governor, along with the plan to add an additional 2,400 personnel in the next 5 years. Newsom also touched on dollars in the recently signed state budget earmarked for wildfire prevention.
$2.6 billion was preserved in the budget as it relates to our commitment to address forest management, to address the needs to do more to actively manage our forests, to address the issues around dispensable spaces.
Chief Tyler went on to say 95% of fires are caused by people.
The partnerships with the people of California are most important. And it's most important because you can help us reduce the risks of associated hazards related to wildfires.
Here are a few things you can do to avoid starting a wildfire. Mow lawn earlier in the day when humidities are higher. Properly maintain your farm and yard equipment. Ensure chains are secure on your vehicles. And if possible, carry a fire extinguisher in your vehicle. For fire resources locally and statewide, I'll have links on this story on KSBY.com. In San Luis Obispo, Neil Hebert, KSBY News.